Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Is the sound clear? Yes. Not too loud. Sure. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th Canto, Chapter 11, the transcendental qualities of Richashura. Today's verse number 22. Kusam Hilakanta Niryam Sarkanam Ya Sampado Vivi Bhumau Rasayam Na Bhakti Yad Vesha Udvega Adir Mada Kalir Yasanam Sampraya Saha Sam Kalam Kantiyam Swakanam Yasam Pado Divi Umorasayam Nalati Yadresha Vega Adir Anda Kalir Yasanam Sampratya Shaha. Someone else? Narji Pumsam unto persons Ila certainly Ekanta Divyam or advance in spiritual consciousness Sakanam or recognized by the Supreme Personality Godhead as his own. Ya, which Sampada opulences, Divi, and the upper planetary systems, Momo, and the middle planetary systems, Rasayam, and the lower planetary systems, not, Rati bestows, Yat, from which, Vishaha, envy, Udvega, anxiety, Adi, mental agitation. Manga, pride. Kala, world. Vyasam, distress due to loss. Samprayasa, great endeavor. Translation purport by the Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-yoga Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Persons who fully surrender at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality Godhead always think of His lotus feet are accepted and recognized by the Lord as His own personal citizen or servant. The Lord never bestows upon such servants the brilliant opulences of the upper, lower, and middle planetary systems of this world. When one possesses material opulence in any of these three divisions of the universe, his possessions naturally increase his enmity, anxiety, mental agitation, pride, and belligerence. Thus, one goes through much endeavor to increase and maintain his possessions, and he suffers great unhappiness when he loses them. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Bhagavad-Gita 4.11 says, the Lord says, Ye tamam prabhajante tam tataiva bhajamyaham mama bhartu mamartante manishya partha sarvashaha. As devotees surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follow my path in all respects, O son of Prita. Both Indra and Vitrashura were certainly devotees of the Lord. Although Indra took instructions from Vishnu to kill Vitrashura, the Lord was actually more favorable to Vitrashura, because after being killed by Indra's thunderbolt, Vitrashura would go back to Godhead. Whereas the victorious Indra would rot in this material world. Because both of them were devotees, the Lord awarded them respective benedictions they wanted. Vitrashura never wanted material possessions, for he knew very well the nature of such possessions. To accumulate material possessions, one must labor very hard, and when he gets them, he creates many enemies, because this material world is full of rivalry. When one becomes rich, his friends and relatives are envious. For Ekatam Bhaktas, unlike devotees, Krishna therefore never provides material possessions. Although sometimes he needs some material possession for preaching, but the possessions of the preacher are not like those of a karmi. Karmi's possessions are achieved as a result of karma. But those of a devotee are arranged by the Supreme Personality just to facilitate his devotional activities. Because a devotee never uses material possessions for any purpose other than the service of the Lord, the essence of our devotee are not to be compared to those of a karmi. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamanam Danti Swapadantikam. Namo Vishnu Vidaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Janamani. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vachani Namaste Shashunyavadi Bhaskara Desatani. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasai Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ukam karoti vachalam, ungam langate giram, Yat Kripa Tadaham Mande Shinguru Dinataranam. I offer my respectful obeisance on my spiritual master, deliverer of all false souls, whose mercy can turn the dumb into elegant speakers, enable the lame to cross mountains, and a dog can swim across the ocean. So this translation and purport is very spoken by Vrindavan, who was manufactured by the father of Indra's spiritual master, Vishwarup. When Indra, he cut off the head, Vishwarup had 3 heads. He cut off the 3 heads of Vishwarup. And twice his father performed a yajna, and Vrindavan appeared. So, although he appeared to be a demon, he was a devotee. Sometimes demons appear in devotee families, and sometimes devotees appear in demon families. Like Prahlad Maharaj, his father was Hiranyakashipu, one of the all-time great demons. And Krishna's son, Narakasura, he was the son of Raha and Mother Earth. But due to bad association, he became a demon, and Krishna had to kill him. So this verse is Prabhupada is talking about how the devotees always think of the lotus feet of the Lord and are recognized by the Lord as his own personal assistants or servants. So this is important. We understand the lotus feet, the feet of an ordinary person. We don't consider the feet something very beautiful. When you see a man or a woman, we don't look at their feet. But Vedic culture, people even know today, even though the Vedic culture is mostly lost, that you get some benefit if you touch the lotus feet of a great devotee. So 2 times in the morning we pray to Srila Prabhupada, Samadhyartik, Samsaradava, Narali Loka, Vichaprasada Bhagavad, Mande Guru Shri Charana Vindam, and Shri Guru Charana Padma. That the lotus feet of the spiritual master is the only way to attain pure devotional service. So it's the etiquette. When a great devotee comes to your house, then you should wash his feet. And we see Maharaj Prithu, when the 4 Kamaras came to his house, he washed their feet and put the water on his head. So the water that washes the lotus feet, the dust that comes from the lotus feet of the Lord, the devotee of the Lord, and the remnants of foodstuff, these are very powerful substances and should be always sought after. Because by smearing the dust of the lotus feet of the devotee all over one's body, King Rahugana told this to Tatbharat, that he wasn't afraid of the thunderbolt Indra or Lord Shiva's trident, but he was afraid of offending a Vaishnava. Therefore, he prayed for the mercy of Tatbharat, and that he could get the dust from his feet and smear it all over his body. get free from his offense. So in Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi, there's a footprint. Prabhupada's footprint is there. You can take the dust from his lotus feet. By taking the dust from lotus feet of the spirit devotee means follow his instructions. But we know when Lord Chaitanya was walking on the road, one lady came and touched his feet. And Lord Chaitanya didn't like that. He immediately jumped in the Ganges with his clothes on. Because if someone touches your feet, then you have to take their karma. So Prabhupada wrote the purport, this touching of the feet should only be done by initiated disciples. So certainly, if a great Vaishnava comes, we should try to touch his feet, but not in front of the deities. There's an offense to worship anyone or touch on his feet in front of the deities, except for Srila Prabhupada. He made an exception to this rule. And that's why we have Guru Puja every morning. So, this is mentioned many places in the Bhagavatam. And we know Akura and Kamsa, Narada Muni went to Kamsa. Generally, demons can't see Narada Muni. Only great devotees of demigods can see Narada Muni. But Narada Muni has a spiritual body. But somehow, he went to Kamsa. And he told Kamsa he wanted to speed up Krishna's pastimes. So he revealed this secret about Krishna being born in Mathura to Vasudeva, being transferred to house of Nanda Maharaj. And he told Kakura that he should go to Vrindavan and bring Krishna and Balaram to Mathura so that I can kill them. Of course, Kakura was a great devotee, and this was a terrible mission. But Akura took it as a great blessing that he had the opportunity to go and see Krishna and Balaram. And Kamsa gave him a nice chariot, and on the way, when he got to the precinct or the boundary of Vraj, he saw the footprints of Krishna, lotus feet of Krishna, and he fell down and was rolled in the dust. So the Prabhupada said, this is the way that one should come to Vrindavan. When you first come to Vrindavan, you should take the dust from the Vraj Raj. The dust of Vrindavan is not different than Krishna's lotus feet. And the dust of Vaishnava is also desirable. So this is Vitrashura. He's fully surrendered person, and he's always thinking lotus feet of the Lord. Shavaya Namaha, Krishna Pardar Vindayo. Ambarish was also a great devotee, and he was always meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord. So when you approach the deity, Krishna is so kind, he comes in his Archa Vigraha form, the deity form. So when we approach the deity, you take darshan of the deity. You should first meditate on his lotus feet, not on his head or his body. You should first meditate on his lotus feet, and when you practice that, and gradually rise up to his smiling face. According to Bilamangala Thakur, Krishna Karnavita, said the most beautiful part of Krishna's body is his gentle, sweet smile. So first we should meditate on Krishna's lotus feet and gradually go to his sweet, gentle smile. And we see that in Gaura-Nitai, Krishna Balarama, Shamsundar. They all have sweet, gentle smile. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is 12 cantos. And the first canto is considered the lotus feet of the Lord. And Prabhupada says that we should read Srimad Bhagavatam not whimsically, but step by step, starting with the first canto and going to the 9th canto. And this way we can purify ourselves so we can enter into Krishna's pastimes, which are in the 10th canto, and which are considered in the smiling face of the Lord. So here it says, the Lord never bestows upon such servants the brilliant opulence, upper, lower, and middle planetary systems of this world. According to Brahma Samhita, Goloka Namni Nijadamni Tale Cha Tasya Devi Mahesha Haridameshu Teshu Teshu Tete Bababa Uchaye Vitas Chayena Govindam Hai Pushatamaha Bhajami. Lowest of all is located Devidam, mundane world. Next above is Maheshtam. Above Maheshtam is Haridam, and above all is located Krishna's own realm called Goloka Vrindavan. So, this is not mythology. The Bhagavad-Gita is written by Sukadeva Goswami, who was or spoken by Sukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. They did not have any material defects. They were pure Vaishnavas. So there cannot be any fault in the Bhagavatam. Mundane scholars, the armchair speculators, they think the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, is all mythology. And because the Maya Prakriti Gyan, their knowledge is stolen by illusion, therefore, even though they study all these great works and get PhDs and teach it to others, they can't enter into a real understanding. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Sayam. One devotee had a philosophy teacher. He knew all the different kinds of philosophies, the Dvaita and Chintaveda, Tattva, and all these things. He knew all about the Vedanta, all these things. But because he wasn't a devotee, a sinful man, he couldn't apply it to his own life. And when he had one child, and he didn't have any religious affiliation. So he saw there was a church down the street. So he went and he thought, well, I'll join this church. Although he was supposed to be a learned man and understood all the Vedas. But Krishna says, Vedanta Krit Veda Veda Evichaham. I am the compiler of the Vedas, know the Vedas, and the goal of the Vedas. But he didn't have any glimpse or any idea about the Supreme Personality Godhead or about this material world. And Lord Brahma says, even if the scientists can count all the atoms in the universe, they still cannot understand even one drop of the glories of the Supreme Personality Godhead. Says Ananta Sage is 1,000 hoods, he's trying to glorify the Lord. He can never come to the end of such glorification. So there's 7 upper planetary systems, 7 lower planetary systems, and there's the higher upper heavenly planets, the middle regions, and lower regions. And in those planets, there's life on every single planet. Although they teach in the school, the scientists, due to their false ego, they come up to the conclusion there's no life on any other planet in this world. But when Lord Chaitanya appeared 500 years ago, it said every living entity from all 14 planets came to visit Lord Chaitanya in Navadvip, when he took birth in Navadvip. Of course, they came into the skies as human beings. They weren't recognized. So there's not that there's a misconception, it's a fallacy to think there's only life on this planet. Krishna said, Jai Shri Shri Gauranitai, Krishna Bhagavan Shankar. Krishna told Arjuna that I spoke the science of Bhagavad-Gita to the sun god 120 million years ago. So not only the sun is there, but there's a sun god and there's inhabitants that live on the sun. So this material world is made up of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And according to the according to the elements, one gets a body. So on the sun planet they have a fire body, earth planet they have an earth body, and different planets people have different bodies. There's a misconception to think that there's no life on any other planet. There's life on every single planet. And Lord Brahma is the original creator, and according to one's karma, when the world is created by the secondary creator, Lord Brahma, then the living entities, according to their karma, inhabit these different planets. So, devotees in this movement, we are not baffled or fooled by any of the mundane scientists or speculators about how things are going on. They can do all kinds of research and they can twist the arm of nature and try to make things better in this world, but actually they're not making anything better. They're only increasing the miseries. It says, Srimad Bhagavatam, Prayena Pisaha Sabya Klavas Menyugajanaha Mandasumanda Matayo Mandam Bhagya Ipa Drutaha. One, O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives, they are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. And in the 12th canto, it also says that in Kali Yuga, women will be short in size, eat too much, and have too many children that they can't take care of, and talk harshly and be deceitful. So that's why, if we notice that so many women and men also, but women are fat nowadays because they eat too much junk food, which wasn't available 10 or 15 years ago. But this is predicted in Kali Yuga. This was what's going on nowadays. So here in this verse, it's talking about how Vritrashura was not interested in material possessions, where Indra was interested in getting material possessions, or retaining the victory over Vritrashura. And Prahlad Maharaj says, when one endeavors to be happy in this world, that's when one's miseries begin. So, Brahma Bhuvana Loka, from the highest planet in this material world down to the lowest, all places of misery where repeated birth and death take place. Although people don't want to admit it, you tell someone they're suffering in this world, though, especially young people, they'll say, I'm not suffering. But then why are there so many hospitals? Why are there so many medical shops if people are not suffering? And they say that you have to suffer and then you can enjoy. That it's necessary. If you don't suffer, then you can't enjoy. But we don't accept that. We say, well, if that's true, you take a dose of malaria or something, jaundice or cancer for a while, and then you'll be able to enjoy more. But that's not true. So, two devotees, Indra and Vritrashura, but they had different desires. One was a pure devotee, and because of his past, he had been cursed. Vritrashura was cursed to be a demon, but that curse is a benediction, because in that demon body, he would be killed by Indra and get liberated from the material world and go back home, back to Godhead. Lord Chaitanya prayed, Nadadan Nadadana Sundari, Kavichan Ishvare, Mama Jamani Jamanishvare, Bhagavad Bhakti Haitaki Twai. I don't want wealth, I don't want a beautiful wife, I don't want any followers. All I want is your qualities to go through birth after birth. So this is the mentality of a devotee. He doesn't want these things. When Lord Chaitanya was with Lord Nityananda, they were going to see Advaita Acharya. So on the way, they stopped at a house of a sannyasi. He was a worshipper, Kali worshipper, so-called sannyasi, household sannyasi. So this person blessed Lord Chaitanya, said, may you enjoy material opulence and live a long life and enjoy material opulence. But Lord Chaitanya wasn't happy to hear that. He said, this is not a blessing. But this sannyasi said that I've traveled all over this world and I'm giving this young man some blessing and he's not accepting it. And so, of course, to get material possession, material opulence, that's not what we want, because it says here it ruins one's devotional service. So Lord Chaitanya rejected that blessing given by the sannyasi. Then the sannyasi said, well, you go and take your bath and come back and I'll give you something to eat. So they did that. They went and took a bath, they came back, and the sannyasi was giving them some milk, some fruit, and then he said, let me give you something to make you happy. And Lord Chaitanya looked at Lord Nityananda and said, what's he talking about? It turned out that this sannyasi was actually a drunkard. He wanted to give Lord Chaitanya wine. So immediately Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they got up from that place, jumped in the Ganga with their clothes on, and floated down to Advaita Acharya's house. So the devotee doesn't want material benedictions. Dhruva Maharaj prayed for the Lord to get a kingdom greater than his great-grandfather. There was no such thing. But when he got the darshan of the Lord, he said, I was looking for broken glass, I found a valuable jewel. He was very ashamed that he had approached the Lord for material benefits. So, what is the result? If someone gets material opulences, increases enmity, increases anxiety, increases mental agitation, pride, belligerence. He has enemies, and so many problems. One devotee has a friend who became a millionaire. And he said to the devotee, I'm a millionaire, I got everything I want, but your lifestyle is better than mine. I wish I could have your lifestyle. For the devotee, simple living, high thinking. But for a person who has money, wealth, everything everybody desires in this world, nothing but more and more anxiety, more and more problems. We see the people who are the most famous in this world, adored and idolized by the whole world, actors, and so many great personalities, they end up committing suicide. They have everything and everyone admires them so much, but still they're not happy at all. Everyone wants to be a great movie star, a great sports figure, so many things. But these things don't make one happy. They only make one miserable. So, Nirbandhan Krishna Sambandha Yukta Vairagya Ujjate. The devotees of the Lord, Srila Prabhupada said, Mayavadis, when their Mayavadis are approached and given money, they go like this. And when Vaishnavas are given money, we go like this. Because the Mayavadis, even if they rise up to the Brahma Yoti, it says, Arukachena Padam Padam, that those who are non-devotees, who accept severe austerity and penance to achieve the highest position, they think themselves liberated, but their intelligence is impure. They fall down from a position of imagined superiority because they have no regard for the lotus feet of the Lord. Abhishuddha Buddhaya. So the impersonalists, the Mayavadis, they don't want material opulence, but they say this material world is false. Brahma Satyat Jagat Nitya. And they say the goal is to emerge into Brahma Yoti. But this is not a permanent situation because there's no service there. But devotees are different. Devotees we want to, whatever there is in the material world, we utilize for the service of the Lord. It says that one should not over-endeavor for some mundane achievement, like building a big high-rise apartment building or skyscraper building. But this does not apply to building a temple. One should build temples like Prabhupada in the Juhu project. There was one Mr. N, Mr. Nair, Mr. N. He sold the land to the devotees in good faith. They gave him a down payment, but then he said, no, the land belongs to me. And so there was a court case, and they were fighting up and down with this man. And at one point, even Giriraj Das at that time didn't want to continue the fight. But Prabhupada said, no, you must continue the fight. And eventually the devotees, they won the case and got the land. So Prabhupada wasn't interested in getting some land for sense gratification, but he was interested in building a nice temple so that people can come and become Krishna conscious. So this is what devotees do if they get material facilities. They use them in the right way, not in the wrong way. If we use material facilities for our sense gratification, and if we use the property of the Lord for sense gratification, then we'll have to suffer a reaction. So this is what's saying here. It says that Indra wanted to stay in this material world and rot. Indra wanted to stay in this rot in this material world. And that's what happens. At the time of death, the body deteriorates and rots. We know that a dead body is a very obnoxious smell, rotting dead body. And this is the result of someone who comes in this world with nothing and leaves this world with nothing and thinks he's happy, but the end result is his body dies and he has to leave everything and go to another body. So all these things are there in Bhagavad-Gita, that devotees of the Lord want to perform devotional service and not do anything else. Although it may look like to the ordinary people, we go for preaching, we go for book distribution, Western countries, people will chastise us and tell us, why don't you get a job and work hard like me? Some people have to work 2 jobs just to maintain their family. Well, we say, well, I have a job. My job is to make you a devotee. And we live simple life, simple living, high thinking. We're very happy. But you're working very hard day and night, and you're not happy at all. So this is the difference. Devotees are doing the same activities, cleaning the temple, cooking, worshiping, traveling in cars, airplanes, but there's a difference because the devotees are doing these activities for the pleasure of the Guru, for the pleasure of Krishna. For the materialists, they're doing these activities for their own sense gratification. And the end result is they just become more and more implicated, entangled in material life. So the devotees of the Lord, we know in this age, Kali Yuga, is an age of ocean of faults, the Iron Age, but there's one good quality in this age, and that's by chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the Yuga Dharma taught by Lord Chaitanya. The devotees should follow strictly, no meeting, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. And chant at least 16 rounds Maha Mantra every day. In this way, the devotee can live a very simple life and be happy and satisfied, and not have to stay in this material world and suffer repeated birth and death again. So Krishna says, Yayata mam babhajante tam tataiva vajami aham mama vartumar vartma tan mana vartma vartante inishya partha sarvashaha. That everyone surrenders them to me, I reward them accordingly. So Krishna is giving everyone their just reward. He's the overseer and permitter as super soul. So the jnanis, the yogis, they want mystic power. They want to merge and go to the Brahma Yoti, and Krishna gives them that according to their degree of surrender. But the final word of Bhagavad-Gita is Sarvadharma Prijaya Mamekam Saranam Hamcham Sarvabhamejo Mokshashami Masujaha. This means give up all religion, varieties of religion. That includes Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Most people are interested in religion for economic development and sense gratification. But they don't know about, most people don't know anything about liberation or whether getting out of this material world. So a devotee doesn't care for these things. It says that liberation stands with folded hands. When a devotee leaves his body, the liberation stands with folded hands. And Dharma Artha, along with Dharma Artha, Kama, Moksha. So the goal in the Devaду Sarvagatim Vishnu is to go back home, back to Godhead. And for there's these three realms, the material world, the Vaikuntha Loka, and the Golok Vrindavan. So this Vrindavan is here, this is Gokul, where Krishna had his pastimes 5,000 years ago. So we should take this opportunity to read Srila Prabhupada's books and hear about the pastime, name, form, qualities, and pastimes of Krishna, and absorb ourselves in these things and nothing else. And this way, there will be every chance that at the time of death, we'll not have to take birth again, but we'll be thinking of Krishna. But if we are sincere devotees, even if we can't think of Krishna at the time of death, Krishna will think of you within the core of your heart. So it says there's no loss or diminution for a devotee, and he is safe from the greatest type of fear, and that is to have to go back into a lower species of life. So these stories in Srimad Bhagavatam, they have nothing to do, they're not mundane stories, they're spiritual, they're meant to purify us, meant to nourish our bhakti, so we can actually understand the essence, which is what Lord Chaitanya had a conversation with Ramananda Roy, and Ramananda Roy explained what the ultimate goal of life was, and that is to attain love for Shri Shri Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. But this is to be our goal, to become pure devotees and come to the level of pure goodness. But as long as we're in the mode of passion and ignorance and goodness, we have to remain in the material world. We have to come to Shuddha Sattva pure goodness, and then we can understand the pastimes of the Lord and the activities of the Lord and relish these pastimes. So it requires that we be very strict in our sadhana and strict in our lives, and always utilize our time for hearing and chanting about the name, form, qualities of Krishna and his devotees. In this way, make our life successful. Hare Krishna. So now I have some service. If anyone has any questions, they can ask me later. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Vantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.